So, one of the great things I found in 12-step meetings and 12-step programs is that there are terms and clarity about all the dark things that were just slithering through my mind prior to getting into program. And one symptom that I learned about through one of the 12-step money programs was idea deflection. We compulsively reject ideas that could improve our lives and increase our prosperity. And that has operated pretty intensely in my life. Just had my idea deflection shield up. And I'm not sure that one can overcome idea deflection just by force of will. I think idea deflection is primarily a reflection of our ability to let other people into our lives. That if we are unable to hear ideas from others, it's a reflection that we can't really allow people into our lives, which means we're lonely and socially isolated and most likely antisocial. So when people say I'm a very private person, that usually means I don't trust anyone. So with that kind of attitude, you're not going to be allowed to bring many ideas into your life, and you're not going to be prosperous. So I don't think we can overcome this symptom just by force of will. But one thing that I'm going to start doing is just writing down suggestions that I hear from people, particularly suggestions that would lead to increased prosperity, to more earning in my life. At least just write them down. I don't have to implement them right away. For example, I take voice lessons, and one thing I do is I tape record my voice lessons, and then I keep a copy, upload a copy to the cloud, so it's always there. Perhaps there are things that I heard in my voice lesson yesterday that I can't process this week, but down the road I'll be able to listen to what my teacher told me and to implement it. But overall, my primary thought about the symptoms of the poverty mindset, whether it's say time indifference, uh, not keeping our possessions in a tidy, organized, adult, responsible way, uh, getting into exhaustion, all these symptoms, I don't think we can primarily overcome them just by force of will. I think they are more a reflection of our spiritual illness, of our disease, so to speak. And so, really, the only answer is recovery, is working the 12 steps, getting connected to God, and living a life of love and service to other people. And I think when you do that, then you start opening up to other people. You start naturally letting go of your defensiveness. So when I'm insecure, I'm not able to hear suggestions from other people. Because, for example, what if I hear a great suggestion and it might be very painful because I realize like what I've missed out on for 50 years of my life or 40 years of my life. And like the pain is so intense that I think, oh, I can't even deal with that suggestion because it just brings up such a feeling of emotional pain at what I've missed out on. So when I'm in that level of insecurity, I'm severely limited in the ideas that I can take in. But when I come to peace with myself, when I'm ready to give to God all of me, good and bad, that it's like, yeah, I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and if you call me on it, I go, yeah, I did that, and that was part of my journey, and I don't lie about the past, but if I can be open, honest about the past, if I can talk about it with you without stuttering and without my face flushing, if I can come to terms with the past and begin to clean up the wreckage of my past, then I feel better about myself. Then I feel more sturdy on my own 2 feet. I'm not depending on other people to prop me up. And then I can better listen to other people because I'm not afraid. I don't have disproportionate fears. So as long as I've got all sorts of disproportionate fears operating in my life, then I'm severely limited on ideas I can take in. For example, I've known for 18 months that I need faster internet and I need to learn OBS. And I finally properly followed up and finally got the faster internet that I need to do higher quality streams. And then I just devoted Sunday to learning OBS streaming and implemented it for the first time on my show last night. And so it was very rough. I've got a lot of improvement to do, but at least I'm learning this new technology. Now, when I learn new technology, I get really tense and I get really sweary. And part of me just has a really hard time with learning new technology, learning new ways of doing things. I just want to do the old familiar things, but doing everything in the old familiar way is not going to serve me, because if I keep doing what I've been doing, I'm going to keep getting what I've been getting. So I have to learn to open up and take ideas and become willing to change and to examine my fears. Like, where is this fear of technology coming from? Like, why have I been in so much fear about technology? Like, how has it served me? Get clear about that. Well, by being afraid of learning new technology, I've, say, limited the amount of time that I could waste, say, learning some technological skill that will quickly become outdated. Or perhaps, my time would be better served reading books or doing something that I'm good at. So I have to come to terms with, why have I had this fear? Like, why have I been in a disproportionate fear of learning new technology? And then come to terms with, okay, how has it hurt me? So it's limited my life. It's kind of squeezed down my life because I don't want to do things that are new and uncomfortable. I don't want to grow. I don't want to change. I don't want to challenge myself. And so as a result, I've led a smaller life, a squeezed life. I've limited my opportunities for growth and for prosperity, for a deeper connection with God, with other people, bringing new people into my life, deepening the relationships that I have. So my fears have squeezed the possibility of prosperity and severely limited it. And then the next question that I want to write on is, how would it benefit me to be in the opposite of this character defect of fear of learning new technology? So how would it benefit me to be in the opposite of fear, which is love and generosity and God-seeking and faith-seeking? So if I was in an attitude of generosity, I want to learn new skills so that I can be of more service to other people, then coming from a place of generosity, I'm going to be less likely to have disproportionate fear and anxiety when I'm learning new technology. I can look at the learning of new technology, learning of new skills, implementing new ideas as opportunities to be of more service to other people. For example, produce a higher quality show for my viewers. And the more service that I can be to other people, the more prosperity I can bring into my life, the happier I'll feel, the more in reality I will be, instead of wasting my life in grandiose delusions. So another symptom of the poverty mindset is time indifference. Now, I have usually used my time towards my goals, but my goals have typically been based in self-delusion. My goals have typically not been in reality. So even though I was like very dedicatedly discipline using my time to further my vision and to achieve my goals were based in delusion. So my time was wasted just as much as if I were just Netflixing out. So how do you know that you're in reality? You're in reality when people aren't stepping on your toes, when people aren't retaliating against you. You're in reality when you have an accurate sense of your own importance. When you realize your proper place in relationship to other people, that you're neither better than or less than other people in the eyes of God. Of course, we all have skills that other people don't have as much, and we all lack skills that many people around us have. So certainly, some people will run faster than we will, and other people will type slower. But in the spiritual perspective, in the divine perspective, we're all equal in God's eyes, and I've wasted so much energy in my life of just going up and down emotionally, up and down, because my tendency has always been when I meet people or interact with people or think about people, my tendency has always been to think, oh, so how am I better than them, or how am I worse than them? Because I've often had this underlying feeling that my peers are moving ahead in life and I'm failing. And so I try to distract myself from that feeling of being less than other people by thinking, oh, well, what are some ways that I'm better than other people? So yeah, it's about 7:40 a.m. in Los Angeles. So getting off that yo-yo ride of roller coaster ride of thinking I'm better than, I'm worse than, I'm better than, I'm worse than, I'm better than, I'm worse than, it's allowed me to be at more peace with myself, and then more peace with other people. Therefore, I have a more accurate perception of where I stand and my own importance. Therefore, I'm less likely to needlessly irritate other people, and therefore they're less likely to retaliate. So if people aren't retaliating against you, and you have people in your life, you're not completely alone in the woods. If people are in your life and they're not retaliating against you, that means in all likelihood you have an accurate perception of your own importance and you're living a life based in reality. If people are frequently retaliating against you, I think it means that you have an inaccurate perception of your own importance and you're not living in reality. So living in reality means having an accurate understanding of your own importance. We're not that important. And it's not that we have no importance. It's not thinking lowly of oneself, but it's just how about an accurate picture of ourselves? When we have an accurate picture of ourselves, other people are not going to feel a need to tell you off, right? That's going to be much less likely. They're not going to feel a need to retaliate against you. So you're going to live at peace with other people, which will contribute to living at peace with yourself, living at peace with God. And then when you're at peace, you're much more likely to be able to hear ideas from other people, good ideas, implement other ideas to, for example, increase your prosperity and to live a life of more love and service and generosity and connection to other people and to God. Bye-bye.